Narrated by Salim. Ibn Umar used to do Rami of the Jamrat ud Dunya, the Jamra near to the cave mosque, with 7 small stones and used to recite takbir on throwing every pebble. He then would go ahead till he reached the level ground where he would stand facing the Qibla for a long time to invoke Allah while raising his hands while invoking. Then he would do Rami of the Jamrat al-Wusta, middle Jamra, and then he would go to the left towards the middle ground, where he would stand facing the Qibla. He would remain standing there for a long period to invoke Allah while raising his hands, and would stand there for a long period. Then he would do Rami of the Jamrat al-Aqaba from the middle of the valley, but he would not stay by it, and then he would leave and say, "I saw the Prophet peace be upon him doing like this." Narrated by Salim bin Abdullah. Abdullah bin Umar used to do Rami of the Jamrat ud Dunya with 7 small pebbles and used to recite takbir on throwing each stone. He, then, would proceed further till he reached the level ground, where he would stay for a long time, facing the Qibla to invoke Allah, while raising his hands. Then he would do Rami of the Jamrat al-Wusta similarly and would go to the left towards the level ground, where he would stand for a long time facing the Qibla to invoke Allah, while raising his hands. Then he would do Rami of the Jamrat al-Aqaba from the middle of the valley, but he would not stay by it. Ibn Umar used to say, "I saw Allah's Messenger peace be upon him doing like that." Narrated by Az-Zuhri. Whenever Allah's Messenger peace be upon him stoned the Jamra near Mina Mosque, he would do Rami of it with 7 small pebbles and say takbir on throwing each pebble. Then he would go ahead and stand facing the Qibla with his hands raised, and invoke Allah, and he sued to stand for a long period. Then he would come to the second Jamra, al-Wusta, and stone it with 7 small stones, reciting takbir on throwing each stone. Then he would stand facing the Qibla with raised hands to invoke Allah. Then he would come to the Jamra near the Aqaba, Jamrat al-Aqaba, and do Rami of it with 7 small pebbles, reciting takbir on throwing each stone. He then would leave and not stay by it. Narrated by Az-Zuhri. I heard Salim bin Abdullah saying the same that his father said on the authority of the Prophet peace be upon him. And Ibn Umar used to do the same. Narrated by Abdur Rahman bin al-Qasim. I heard my father, who was the best man of his age, saying, I heard Aisha saying, I perfumed Allah's apostle with my own hands before finishing his ihram while yet he has not performed tawaf al-ifada. She spread her hands while saying so. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. The people were ordered to perform the tawaf of the Kaaba, tawaf al-wada, as the lastly thing, before leaving Mecca, except the menstruating women who were excused.